Hi there, Semi Butler from Total Health Connection, and I'm just about to do my morning workout, so I'm saying hi to you. As you can see, I'm in my conservatory at home. I don't need a big fancy gym to work out, and if you like that sort of thing, great, but you don't need it either. In fact, you don't really need many weights or much equipment, just something you can add load to your own body weight, and maybe frameworks to pull yourself up on or push off from. Yeah, all of that will do. So today, just a tiny little bit of what I've been doing with DNA Fit as a newly certified practitioner. I'm going to be doing my HIIT workout today, which is high intensity interval training, though I'll vary the intervals. I think today I might keep it to a little bit more of an endurance, which would be 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off each exercise. So I'm going to do a couple of circuits, which I'll show you in a minute. But going back to my own DNA Fit results, I found out actually that I've got a predisposition to being a bit carbohydrate sensitive. What does that mean in practice? It doesn't mean that I completely avoid carbohydrates, because oh dear, I'm doomed to getting diabetes if I eat carbs. No, just going back to common sense things, which is I'm being able to manipulate things a little bit, which is that exercise, but particularly a high intensity exercise, just makes you a little bit better at burning those carbohydrates, and you can, if you should want to, increase your carbohydrate load if you're sensitive. So yeah, I'm going to maybe fit my carbs around my workout today. So I'm doing my HIIT training. A good idea to warm up with a few cardiovascular moves, so things like either jogging in place, if you want to take that up a little bit more, sort of a high knee jog, or just a jog or marching. Anything you could do some jumping jacks as well, for instance. There's a quick example of that. Things to mobilise your joints, so things like lizard lunges from a plank. So you're also warming up your core here by being in the plank. Okay, you can then advance that into a lizard lunge with a twist, just to really work through your hips into your sides. And if you can, then push back into a little squat, and then repeating on the other side. So this is just mobilising your whole body. Yeah, so this is one particular exercise that I quite like. Also, to warm up for leg exercises, you can come into a squat, so you can either touch the floor and then push away, or if you're unable to, just pushing away as much as you can. I quite like to grip my toes in a yoga style to do that. Okay, and then other things just to warm up, just a few back lunges or forward lunges. So that's a back lunge. We're aiming to keep the body upright and drive the knee down towards the ground. Can you see like a nice 90-degree angle there? Okay, and then another one is to do a squat. So just trying to get into a squat just as low as you can. If you can't, we can turn a mixture of turning your toes out and in, just to work through all the different ranges of movement. If you can't get into a squat quite as deep, just as deep as you can. If you want to lift your heels, absolutely fine. It's best to get into a low squat and keep your back as straight as possible. Okay, so those are warm-up exercises. So the first circuit I'm going to do is I will do 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. So I'll start off with a Cossack lunge, which is legs nice and wide. Just go as deep as you can. Okay, remember it's best to warm up into these things. So you're lunging over to one side. I'm actually going to lunge deep down. I can keep my heels. You can lift your heels if you want that added depth. So I'm going to be doing that, coming straight back up to the centre, keeping your back as lifted as you can for 30 seconds. 15 seconds break. I'll then go into a knee driver with a hop. So what I'm doing here is I'll start with my left leg forward. I'm going to go down into a lunge and hop up, and then down and then hop up. You don't have to do a hop, you can just raise the knee. Okay, 30 seconds, 15 seconds off, repeat on the other side. Then we're going to go into a alternating push-up plank. So in a plank position here. So abs are in nice and tight, probably can't see under this top, but you've got your back nice and flat. You can do these on your knees if you prefer, if you're not quite at the toes version. And then what we're going to do is instead of just a normal push-up, we're going to step one arm forward and then step it back and then switch sides. So we're practicing using both sides so we can eventually progress to those single arm variations. So there's that one, and then the last one, you might need a little extra weight. I'm going to use a small kettlebell. You could use a bottle of water, tin of beans, whatever. We're going around the world, so we're going to see if we can get a good angle on this. Go round one side, keeping the core nice and braced. And we're going to do that for 15 seconds, and then we're going to go back the other way for the next 15 seconds. We're keeping the core really braced. Okay. And that is the first round. Okay, we will repeat that. We'll do those 4 exercises back to back with the 15 seconds in between. We'll then repeat them. Okay, then we'll rest for a minute or two, and we'll go into the next circuit, which is a jumping lunge. So we're in that lunge position again. We're going to take the arms out to the sides. Okay, you can put weights in your hands if you really want to. You don't have to. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and change. 1, 2, 3, and change. You don't have to jump. You can 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, yep, you get the idea. Okay, next exercise, elbow to knee plank. So we can hold the plank here, and we're just going to drive elbow to knee. If you want to make, or knee to elbow I should say, if you want to make this a little harder, you can take it into a push-up. It's entirely up to you, whatever level. If you want to, you can just speed it up if you want a little bit more drive through the legs. Okay, next one, we're just going to do, I've put down here, squat to toes, squat to toes. Don't know what I meant by that when I was writing it, but anyway. Oh yes. So we're doing a squat. You can turn the legs out, you can keep them straight, whatever width you like, but we're going to do a squat and then up onto your toes. Squat and then up onto your toes. Okay, so getting up as high onto your toes as you can and as low in your squat as you can. Finally, Russian twists. I'm going to take a medicine ball here. We're sitting on the floor, keeping the back nice and straight, toes to the ground. You don't have to have a weight. You can just hold your hands together and twist over from one side to the next. I am going to use a bit of added weight, and just to make it even harder, I'm going to lift the toes, and the aim is to keep the knees together. Okay, again, today I'm just working with 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. So we'll run it twice through, and then you can repeat if necessary. Okay, speak to you later. Bye.